Hey everybody, welcome to my channel and a new series where I attempt to achieve true perfection in Stardew Valley in 2 in-game years. If you don't know what true perfection is, you can click here for my short explaining it. And with that, let's get started. Stardew Valley. It's a magical place filled with Junimos, a wizard, auto-grabbers, iridium sprinklers, the galaxy sword, the artisan profession, deep cavern mining, enchanting items. Okay, now I'm just listing off my favorite features. Let's begin with our character creation. There are some key events that will happen at certain times, and missing those things could result in a fail. So going in, I knew that I needed to complete the community center as fast as possible. This opens up Ginger Island, also enormous in completing true perfection. When setting up your game, you can click on this to make it all possible. This means that the traveling cart lady will guaranteed sell one red cabbage seed in year 1. I will have to check her stock every Friday and Sunday for that seed. Other key events include watching the Queen of Sauce every Sunday for that recipe, and buying recipes only found at specific vendors at specific events, but I'll go through those major events as they come up. Spring of year 1 has probably my favorite music, although I feel like all the songs suit their seasons so well. This one starts off giving you that sense of a fresh start, new year, happy beginnings, you get the point. Going into the first month, I had a few goals, but mostly this is how I usually start my games. Other goals included getting a copper pickaxe, upgrading the backpack, buying at least 100 strawberry seeds, making loads of sprinklers, and ending the season with hopefully at least 30,000 gold. Clear out the farm and get those parsnip seeds planted. We need to make sure we have all the spring seeds for the community center. And then I buy the rest of my money in potatoes. I just find that potatoes are pretty good profit. Make sure when I run out of energy that I'm just eating and continuing to water. Then I spend the rest of the day foraging, hoeing at the worm spots, trying to find artifacts. Right off the bat, artifacts are going to be really important that I always remember to hoe those spots. And then what I like to do is plant my mixed seeds that I've picked up during the day. It's just free crops. And that is it for day 1. I'm going to try to start off the day looking at the weather and the luck, and that'll somewhat influence what I'm going to do for the day, although I do actually have a plan. So day 2, I dropped off all my gear and I went to meet up with Willie to get the fishing rod, and then I just spend the rest of the day fishing, trying to get my fishing level up as high as possible and catch as much fish as possible. A neat trick, you can eat the fish as you're fishing, give you more energy to continue to fish. Then I put all those fish in a bin because I'm going to sell them later when I can make more money off of them. And I leveled up twice. Stupid crow. Nothing we can do about that right now. It is raining. It's always raining on Wednesday the 3rd of the first year. And then I just spend the day, again, fishing as much as possible, trying to get that level up as much as I can, catch as much as I can so that I can sell it later. So I leveled up again, spent the next day harvesting those parsnips, and then because it's Friday, I ran over to the cart lady, and she did not have what I was looking for. Let's go back over to Pierre's, sell those seeds, and buy some more seeds. So I'm planting more parsnip seeds because you can get 3 harvests in before planting strawberries. And here I am starting my oak farm. I want to make sure that I get tappers on those trees as fast as possible so that I have a built-up supply of the oak resin to make kegs. Also need a maple tree and a pine tree as well. for recipes and for finishing the community center. And because it's raining this day and I'm still working on fishing, I'm going to head over to the river, and this particular spot is pretty good for catching fish and hopefully finding catfish when it's raining. Oh, I can finally make that scarecrow and don't have to worry about those stupid crows anymore. And here's where you pick the fish are worth 25% more. Now I can go ahead and sell all those fish and I will make more money off of them than if I had just sold them right away. And today is the day that we unlock the community center. And I went and unlocked the mine as well. Hey Marlin. Thanks for that rusty sword. Alright, so as I make my way down the mines, which I'll do kind of slowly at first, I want to make sure that I'm picking up as much copper as possible. I totally lucked out there with a ton of copper. Go ahead and make that furnace. Alright, we leveled up mining right away. And it's pretty good amount of money off of that fish. The first Sunday and a Queen of Sauce. So every Sunday, the Queen of Sauce puts out a recipe. You need to watch the show in order to get the recipe, and that is key for getting all the recipes to cook all of the food. And also, since it's Sunday, we check the cart lady, and she does not have what I want. Go over to the wizard for my favorite cutscene, which fully unlocks the community center. Then I did some fishing and I just walked over to Willie and sold the fish to him instead of waiting overnight. Looking to buy a new fishing rod and some bait. So now with the new fishing rod, I will be able to fish a lot more, catch a lot more fish, and make a lot more money. And already we can afford the new backpack. And then I decided to spend the last bit of my money on some potatoes. Then I head over to the community center and get that first spring forage bundle complete. The reward for that is spring seeds. In order to level up your foraging pretty quickly, I do recommend planting these seeds. Also, some of the villagers like and love the foraging items. And we are going to need to work our way up with the friendship, so we need to do that as well. And then I just spent the rest of the day fishing. And I guess I got kind of a lucky haul. Our first artifact! And that is week 1. I opened some geodes and then I went over to the museum where I'm donating my artifacts and items. We are going to have to find all of the items to donate in order to get true perfection. Then I head over to Clint and upgrade my pickaxe. So I won't be able to go in the mines until my pickaxe is ready. So I'm just going to continue to fish. And like I said, I'm just going to spend a lot of time fishing for the first half of the month. We're getting pretty good luck again. The dino egg, that's fantastic. A diamond is wonderful. Early game, the diamond is such a good money boost. And apparently I really like getting those nautilus shells. Leveled up fishing again. So as you can see, the diamond is worth 750 gold. It might not be that much later in the game, but in the very first month, 750 gold makes a huge difference. And I'm going to spend all that gold on seeds. Well, maybe not all of it. Got some fish to donate. If I can find where it goes. It's a pretty good start on the fishing bundles. And you guessed it, more fishing! I did warn you, there's a lot of fishing at the beginning here. It's hard to show every detail of what is happening because it's so many hours just to do even a few days in the game. So you'll notice that sometimes there'll be, like, for example, a skeletal hand artifact in my inventory, probably through mining a hoe spot or through catching treasure or in the mine sometimes. But yeah, it's just really difficult to show all of that when I compact all of this video into one episode. Okay, so we leveled up our farming and we can get those sprinklers. Level up fishing, level 7. That's great. So I wanted fishing to be around level 7 so that the next time I go fishing when it's raining, it's easier to catch the catfish. Hello, Apocalyptic. Do you see this dog here? I do see this dog here. It's really cute. I found it sitting outside. Do you want it? It seems to like you. Will you adopt this dog? I will adopt this dog. I always adopt the dog. And we're gonna name the dog Cheesecake. Because cheesecake is delicious. And it is my son's favorite kind of cake. Alright. Then we head over to Clint's. Pick up that copper axe. But we're not gonna use it. We're gonna go do more fishing. So I had a bit of a schedule worked out that I was going to fish and get kind of lucky with the fish, I guess, for the first half of the month, like I said, and then for the second half of the month we're going to focus a little bit more on mining. And then I did need to go back to the farm and clear out some area. We need to get the foraging up, we need to collect more resources. An explosion was heard in the night. What could it possibly be? Okay, so it's raining and I run over to that spot in the river because I don't know if this is real, but for me, this spot feels like it gives off better fish. And in the river, you can catch the catfish. So I'm going to spend the whole day catching as many catfish as possible. And it is going well. I ended up with 10, which is alright. We're going to save a couple for cooking and for the community center, and we'll save the rest and see what we get. Level 8 fishing, that's fantastic. It's a pretty good haul. Yeah. So the catfish each are worth 312. The fortune teller is telling me it is very lucky today. All my crops are done. Well, not all of them. Lots of my crops are done. So I'm prepping my crops because the 13th is the Egg Festival, and at the Egg Festival you can get strawberry seeds. Strawberry seeds year one are very good for profit, so I definitely want to get as much of those as possible. And then I made sure, and this is key, before you go to the Egg Festival, that you have one of each of the crops you need to complete the spring crop bundle, and you will see why. So here we are at the Egg Festival. We're going to head over to Pierre and buy a whole bunch of those strawberry seeds. My goal was to at least have 100. That's how many crops I planned for. And I indeed had enough money and some to spare, actually. I'm also going to take this opportunity to talk to all of the villagers and finally meet them. And then, oops, I accidentally started the festival. I actually didn't mean to do that. I meant to talk to everybody first, but that's okay. Like, we'll have an opportunity to talk to everybody still. It's not a big deal. Yeah, let's kick some kids' butts. Finding eggs. It's kind of unfair. They're like 7 and I'm, you know... How old is your character supposed to be in Stardew? Somewhere between 19 and 38. Random numbers. Oh my gosh, who's the winner? Me? What? It's like I've done it before. Well, that's it for this year. Thanks for coming, everybody. Yeah. It was really great. Good times, good times. So instead of going back to the farm, I'm going to go to the community center and turn in those spring crops bundle. And the reason I'm doing this is because the reward for it is 20 speed grow seeds. So we turn them in, bundle's complete, get your reward, speed grow, and then run back to the farm, plant 20 of the speed grow. Everything is already watered, so all I have to do is plant my 100 seeds, and 20 of them will grow faster than the others, and I will get another yield from that. All right, so starting the day off as usual, planting, watering, all that good stuff. Got some rice that I got going. Got some extra money, so we're gonna buy some more seeds. This time I'm spending it on cauliflower and some parsnips. Lots of parsnips. I mean, I have a goal. I've got a money goal, you know? I've got a money goal for the season, and I've got a money goal for the entire game. I gotta make an empire to have enough money to buy that golden clock and everything else. So this is when I start my mine runs. So now I need to focus as much time as possible into getting as far down in the mine as possible. Oh, this is the point where I remembered it is Sunday and I have to go check the cart lady. So I ran, I hauled ass down to the cart lady, and it's 8 o'clock right before I get to her. And she's not there. I don't know why I'm still trying to check. And then I stopped and I was like, what am I going to do? This could have been the day that the cart lady sold the cabbage seed. I don't want to start the day over. I don't want to do that. But if that cabbage seed is sold this day and I didn't get it, I might not be able to finish a community center in the first year. There are other ways to get the cabbage seed, but this is a guaranteed way of doing it. And then I just failed the entire run. So I had to do it. I did it. I had to do it. I exited without saving. And I had to start my day over. And I really hope that that doesn't have to happen again. I didn't want it to happen like that, but, you know, mistakes happen. Well, here we go. Let's do this whole day all over again. Watering and planting. But this time, I'm going to go down and check the traveling cart before I do anything else. And let's see if the seed is there. We're looking for that cabbage seed. The red cabbage seed. Oh my god, it is there! It's there! If I hadn't started this day over, I wouldn't have gotten the cabbage seed, and then it could have messed up my entire run. So I'm so happy that I started over. I mean, I am only halfway through the first month, but I didn't want to start all over again. Alright, so I bought those seeds again. Heading back to my farm to get it all planted and watered. Wow, that looks so satisfying. And now we can spend time in the mines, getting down as far as we can. Also very important that we pick up copper. Double check that I've got the recipe for the day. The Queen of Sauce recipe. Some nice level ups. And now it is salmon berry season, and I'm not going to go out of my way to pick a bunch of salmon berries, but I am going to pick them when they're around because they make a great energy source when you're going in the mines. It takes a lot of energy to work your way down the mines. You got to make sure you have food with you. Pick up that copper before we go down the ladder. Level 30. Oh, we're getting somewhere. It's getting kind of late. I don't think I'm going to make it home in time, so then I just decide to pass out beside this light. Someone will find me here, right? and carry me home and put me in my bed and charge me money. I really dislike these levels, the dark ones, so I just try to cruise through them as fast as possible. And I do this trick where I mine a rock, and if I can't see what's there, I'll just try to walk through it, and if I can't walk through it, then the ladder has spawned. Like that. It's taking a lot of energy to get through these stupid dark levels. Levels 30 to 40? No.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Oh, won't you die? Die already! Ugh, it's exhausting. Where am I? See how these levels are annoying? They're just annoying. Can't see anything. It takes forever to get through them. No, I got a bomb. That's nice. Go to a densely packed area. Come on, ladder! Are you kidding? No ladder. That was really annoying. Didn't get through it. Alright, checking the weather, the fortune, and sometimes the Queen of Sauce repeat. Oh, and Demetrius is here, and he's come to do something with the cave. What would you prefer, mushrooms or bats? This is, I think, like a controversial issue for Stardew Valley. Do you pick the mushrooms or do you pick the bats? Leave me a comment down below. Which would you prefer? I always pick the mushrooms. Always pick the mushrooms. I have picked the bats before because I'm like, oh, it'll help with the community center. It doesn't. It doesn't help me more with the community center. So I pick the mushrooms because every single day you get 6 mushrooms of varying quality, and I use those mushrooms as energy in the mines early game. So I think the mushrooms are great. Alright, so just quick check out the monster slaying goals, because you have to complete all of those to get true perfection, and then it's back to the mines. Finally made it through the dark mines, and we're on to the ice levels. Alright, the next day we're gonna go check. Yeah, see, look at this. Look at that, all that energy. Free energy, free food for the mines. I think it's fantastic. And a very lucky level with lots of ore. And we are going to need a ton of ore to do what I've got planned. Things are going pretty well. Also, killing as many of these dust sprites. I call them squiggles. So if I say that, what I mean is the dust sprite. We're going to need to kill 500 of those. And I accidentally let my energy drain, so I just went ahead and made myself pass out. Alright. I'm waking up the next day, hopefully feeling a little bit better. And hopefully I didn't lose a bunch of money. Our first harvest of strawberries is complete. So these ones are, again, they're ahead of the game because they've got that quick grow on them. And then I need to water everything. I'm saving most of the strawberries. I'm going to sell a few. And I'm going to make those other strawberries into jam. Go get your free energy for the day. I don't have to eat any of my crops now in the mine because I can just eat these mushrooms. Let's keep mining. We gotta get down as far as possible. Actually, not as far as possible. The goal really actually is to get to the gold. So I don't have to reach the bottom by the end of the month. I really just have to reach the gold because I need to make the medium sprinklers. Make sure you give your puppy some love. Love you, cheesecake. Alright, we leveled up. We got the preserves jar. This is great. We can start making jam. That will help us make a bit more money so we can move things along faster. We're gonna need to buy some trees. We're gonna need to buy barn, coop, lots of stuff. Like, it is... I think I calculated that you need about around 24 million gold to complete everything safely. Like, with like a good budget, right? So if I needed to go out and buy something that I hadn't necessarily accounted for, then we should have that money. It would be in the budget for that. And that also includes seeds. All right, lots of stuff to pick. That is looking fun. Got it all picked and organized. And then I'm like, do I have enough time to plant more spring seeds? I decided that I didn't. With the spring seeds, it is good to turn your forage into seeds and then sell the seeds. So you make more money selling the spring seeds than you do selling the individual forage items. So I turned them, a bunch of them, into the forage seeds. I'm going to save some of those seeds for next spring, and then I'm going to sell a bunch of them, make some money off of it that way. All right, we go back up to Clint. Pick up a copper axe. We're going to continue to upgrade. We're going to get a copper hoe. And then back to the mines, because like I said, we really need to get to that gold ore. Not worried about you, skeleton. We'll come back and kill you later. I mean, not him specifically, but the skeletons for the monster slaying goal. Yay, new boots! And those ones are garbage. It's getting close to the end of spring. I always pick tiller because you want to pick artisan at level 10, and that is huge for making profit. It adds 40% selling price to your artisan goods. Along the way, I found a bone sword, a skeleton bone sword, which actually, like, early game is really good. It'll be super helpful in the mines. So I don't necessarily need to go down a bunch of levels right now. Oh, but that's nice. Like I've been saying, I just really need gold ore. Yeah, definitely make room for that diamond, because that's still worth a lot of money. Alright, we need to start smelting, because we're going to need to make as many sprinklers as possible. I prefer miner to get the extra ore, because I'm going to need a ton of ingots. This whole farm needs to be filled with crops. I drew out a farm of what it needs to look like in order to fit everything in. So I actually have a plan that I'm working from as well. Alright, so then I just needed to spend a day cutting down trees. I'm going to need lots of wood, but I also just need the room to build stuff. We finally have some preserve jars, so we can get that going. If this looks weird to anybody, it's because I'm actually playing it on the Xbox. So items don't place the same as they do on PC. So that's why it looks a little bit weird when I'm placing items down. Back to the mines, again working on gold ore. After that trip in the mines, I have enough stuff to complete the boiler room. So we'll get all the blacksmith bundle stuff in there. Usually the boiler room is the first room to be completed. It's fairly easy to do. And that will unlock the mine carts. Oh my gosh, what's happening? Look how cute the little Junimos are. We are the Junimos, keepers of the forest. Skip. Just skip past that. Yay! Repair the mine carts. Now we can fast travel. The other thing with foraging is I'm going to want to level up my foraging so I can get the lightning rods in summer, because I am going to need batteries. Definitely need lots of batteries. Good morning! Another day in Stardew Valley. Alright, I'm heading down to the Flower Dance Festival. Here we are. Hello, Pierre. I need to buy something from you. The recipe? Yeah. What am I doing? I didn't buy the recipe. I forgot to buy the recipe and the rare crow. And this took me a while to realize, actually. I went in, talked to everybody so I could finally finish the quest of meeting all of the villagers. all the townsfolk. And don't even bother asking anybody if they want to dance, because they're all gonna say no. That was fun. Yeah, it was really fun watching everybody else have fun. It was great. Alright, then I'm gonna head into the mines. When you're doing a run like this, you know, you're on a time limit. Every second you have in the game, you should be trying to do something with it. Kill things, like slimes especially, because you have to kill 1,000 of them. Next day, I got up, harvested everything, took care of all my farm chores, and then back to the mines. Not interested in fighting those slimes. Level 99, the level that goes on and on and on. It is the second worst. Actually, it might be worse. Is it worse than the dark levels? That's great. That's fantastic. Just skip over that level. And we got our first star drop. Yay! We're gonna have to find all the star drops. So here's to number 1. You found a star drop. Your mind is filled with thoughts of subscribing. Your maximum energy level has increased. What a lovely reminder to go ahead and subscribe to the channel to watch more of my content. More episodes of Stardew Valley coming out. And lots of other stuff to watch as well. And if you've liked the video so far, go ahead and like it. It really helps me out. Thank you so much. Alright, we're going to pick the fighter. We definitely want to deal more damage. And we made a good amount of money off of those strawberries. Trying to end the season with about 30,000, I think is what I needed to buy all the crops that I had planned to buy. So, you know, we only have a couple days left and we're a little short at this point. But back to the mine it is. I really want to make sprinklers as soon as possible so I can get things automated. I don't want to have to spend energy watering every day in summer. We're getting so close to the end of spring, year 1. Alright, our jam's starting to make a little bit of money. Strawberry jelly, $2.90. This is why we saved some of those strawberries. Couldn't save them all though, because I had to make some money. I can't just wait for the jam every time. And the cauliflower will definitely help. Gold takes a lot longer, so I gotta get that going as quickly as possible. We have a decent amount here that I can make sprinklers from. So things are going well. This has been a good start, minus the kind of huge mistake of not checking the traveling cart lady. But otherwise, things are looking really good. I was very happy at this point with how things are going. Really hopeful. Gotta go get that free energy first. You know, and some of these mushrooms can go into the community center too. So, really advocating for the mushrooms in the cave. Alright, we need to get all of these crops watered. Actually, no, not all of them. We just need to get the top, the Quick Grow 20 watered. And I'm going to need to start preparing for the next season. So we need to make as many sprinklers as possible and start laying them down in the places that I already knew that they were going to go. So I've got like a way, like I said, that I needed to organize my farm. Alright, once I was done getting the farm sort of sorted out for the next season, I decided to go back into the mines. I made it to the bottom! You found the skull key! I wonder what it does. I noticed I was low on iron, so I went back into the mines. And wow, what a lucky find. I will take all of that copper as well. That's a great level for ore. I'll go to sleep. Alright, we only have one more sleep until we need to buy a bunch of crops and have a bunch of money. So are we short? Yes, by about 12,000. So hopefully I can make that up. I'm going to go ahead and take care of the farm chores. I've got a lot of strawberries in there, and I think I'm going to need to sell some of them because I need that profit now. So some of them I will keep to turn into jelly, and the rest I will sell. And then I need to get all of these sprinklers down in the pattern that I had figured would work best for this. And this is just the start of it. Like, that is just a little snippet of what is to come with how many crops and sprinklers I need. Right, rounding out the last day of spring, I made some more preserving jars and pass out on my front porch on the last day of spring. And I'm pretty sure that made up for the money that I needed to go into summer of year 1. All right, thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!